Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at scripting in Space Engineers. I hope you enjoy and leave a like. To download Visual Studio, you just Google Visual Studio 2022. You click that and download Visual Studios. And you want Community. Okay, now it's downloading. You click that and click yes. Okay, now what we do is, for me it's just update, but for you want to go to here and there should be a Visual Studio Community 2022 normally. As said, for me I already installed it, but yeah, it should look like that. Then it just wait and yeah, it will download. If you want to change your language, like I'm going to do now, you click change. This is for language and everything you need. You go to language package, I think, and English. You can also go to that and or that and yeah, you can get whatever you want. I think you need the .net. Yeah, I think you need a .net. That is also very important. Yeah, if you need something else, if you have some other things, for example, if you use Unity, you should get that. Yeah, there are a lot of things. And then you click change. And then it downloads all the components you also need. Okay, now you can go to your CMD, or you press Windows and R and CMD to open up the CMD. Okay, now you go to the MDK. This is the malware dev kit. Malware is the name, don't you worry, it's not malware. And you scroll a bit down, or you can just go to the description and you say this. So now you open your CMD, paste this and click enter. And now you see that. That's all. If you see that, it's ready. You can now close that and open up Visual Studio. Okay, create new project. And you search for script. Okay, now this is MDK1. Okay, if it looks like that for you, you got the old version. This is the new version. This is what I am going to show you, and this is how my tutorial uses it. Now you click next. You give it a name. For example, tutorial 1, 2, 3. The location doesn't really matter. Just put it somewhere and create. Now we just wait a bit. It will create a project and it should look something like that. Okay. You go to program.cs, double click, and this is your program. This is what you use. I just recorded half of it and forgot to record. We have the public bool yes, no, and a bool is true or false. Okay, we can also set it to true. Here we go. Next we have a double. This is a number. There are different kinds of numbers. There's the double, the integer, the whatever. I will show it on the side right here. I use double right now. And there's the vector 3D. And this is a position. And you declare it a bit differently. Like those up here, you just make an equal sign. But this needs to be equals new vector 3D and then 3 numbers. Okay. So yeah, a vector 3D can store 3 numbers. You can make a lot of things with it, but we are getting to that on some later date. Now, the public program is the constructor of your script. So this runs once and only at the start of the script. So if you click compile in the programmable block. In here, you need to define how often your script runs. So you make runtime.updateFrequency equals updateFrequency.update10. This means it runs every 10th tick. You can also make it 100 or 1. We make a 10. Now, the main is where all the magic is happening. This is where we make the code, because this is the one that's repeating. Okay? So if we do some code in here, this now gets run every 10th tick, and now it's every 100th tick. Okay? So far, so good. Now, how can we make code? That is pretty easily. We can make, for example, an if statement. If yes, no equals true, we make number equals 0. Okay. In an if statement, you need to make a double equal. So with a 1 equal, you set something, okay? Like for example, I set number to 0. And with a double equal, you compare something. So yes equals true, okay? What we can also do is we can make it like that. Now, if this is true, this gets run. And now, if it's false, it's getting run. So that exclamation mark actually is a not. So we now say if not yes, no. So if this is false, make number 0. Okay. We can also make it like that. We could make yes, no equals not yes, no. So now, if this is true, it gets set to false. And if this is false, it gets set to true. Very easy, I think. Now, we can make an else. So if yes, no is not true, or like if that, all of that in here is not true, if that doesn't run, it runs something else. So we can make yes, no equals false, for example. Now we can make a method. So we can make a void tutorial. Oh yeah, wait. Oh. This needs to be outside of main. Now it works. We can make a void tutorial. What does the void say? It just says this returns nothing. Okay. Now you can put in here. Could for example use that and put it in here. And now we can just make tutorial. Now what that does is it just tells, hey, run that. It's easier to use sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but sometimes it does. I like using it like that. Okay, now we can have something like that. So we have a public bool tutorial, and then we can make if yes, no, blah, 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 blah. And then we can just make return something. So for example, we can make yes, no as a return. That's mostly it for the basics. In the next video, we're going to take a look on like how we use all of that in game. So stay tuned for that.